This is a case of a brother suing a brother. The plaintiff, Tarrek Williams, is suing his half-brother, David Rogers, for $5,000 for smashing up his car and totaling it. Now, before this incident, the two of you were actually quite close.
Yeah.
In fact, you lived together.
Yes.
You, Mr. Williams, had a car, but for reasons we'll get into, you couldn't use it at the time.
Yes, correct.
You, Mr. Rogers, smashed up his car in an accident that was 100% your fault. You didn't have insurance. In fact, you didn't even have a driver's license. Originally, you agreed to pay him for the value of the car. But then something happened. You came to believe that your brother betrayed you in such a way that wrecked your family. And you now feel, I wrecked his car, he wrecked my family, we're even. Now, Mr. Williams, why don't you tell us about the relationship that you shared with your brother David before this incident began?
We used to do things, go out to eat, casino, all type of stuff. After this, he claimed someone in the family told him that I had a relationship with his ex, but...
Well, we're going to get to that,
Okay.
But were you living together at the
Yeah.
time of this incident?
Yeah, well, not at the time of that incident, but before he crashed my car, yes, we were living together.
How long have you been?
Been living together for like 5 years.
Mr. Rogers, how would you characterize your relationship with your brother before this incident began?
A1. We had an A1 solid relationship. We was together a lot, His older brother, he was a mentor towards him, did a lot of things for him.
And when there came a time that you needed a car, he was there to help you out?
Yeah. I helped him out with cars before in the past. Well, I bought him a car before and gave it to him. Never asked nothing back.
Why were you not able to use your car at the time?
Oh, I had caught a DUI, so I was unable to drive. They took my driver's license for 6 months.
Did you rent him the car or just lend it to him out of the
No, I lent it to him just to get back and forth to work, get his kids back and forth to school or doctor's appointments.
Mr. Rogers, is that what you did with the car? Drive your children to school, drive to run errands and things like that?
I've done other things also besides that, but mainly, yeah.
And now at some point, Mr. Williams, you were informed by your brother that there'd been an accident in your car, right?
He didn't even tell me. Found out through a third-party family member.
That's a lie. I called.
Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm talking to Mr. Williams.
Yeah, my
How
cousin.
did you learn about the accident?
My cousin called me while I was at work and told me.
He told you that your car had been in an accident?
Yes.
What did you do?
I immediately called him and he told me that he didn't stay around because he didn't have a license.
Did he tell you how the accident was caused?
He said someone ran into him.
Mr. Rogers, is that true?
It was somebody else's fault, but it was my fault also because it was my fault because I was intoxicated. I didn't tell him at the time. Somebody was coming the opposite way and they actually got in the way and I had to swerve away from them to get away and hit the cars that was on the side.
So you hit a parked car while you were drunk, right?
Yeah.
What happened when the police got there?
They was ready to take down the reports and they got a phone call over their dispatcher. I guess it was a shooting. So they actually just told us to go to the police station to get the report and they just got in the car and pulled off.
So you got lucky.
So to speak, if you want to say that.
You got into an accident while you were drinking and the police were called to another scene, gave you the opportunity to do what?
I wasn't going to blow numbers. I did have a couple of drinks, but I wasn't drunk to the point that I was.
Okay, they didn't test you?
No, they didn't test me.
When they left to investigate the shooting, what did you do?
I tried to get in the car and tried to drive it off.
When that didn't work, what did you do?
I started immediately walk to the house. I was only like 2 blocks from the house. I was on my way home.
Now, why did you lie to your brother about drinking and getting into the accident?
When it happened, I called him that night. He never answered. So then, therefore, when he heard about it through a different party. But when I called him that night, he didn't answer.
If there's one person who could understand the ramifications of drinking and driving, it would be your brother, right?
Of course.
But you did know, Mr. Rogers, that you had to compensate him for the car.
Of course.
Help me understand why you now think you don't owe him money.
Because he wrecked my family. Bottom line, you know what I mean? I found out he was dealing with my ex, and that tore my family up.
You think because he may or may not have had a relationship with your ex, the mother of your children, you are no longer financially responsible.
Of course. Why should I? I'm not going to pay him.
I don't care if he had a relationship with your ex. Yeah. I don't care if he married your ex. I want to find out what you did to his car and if you have any excuse for not paying him back for the car. And you're telling me you have no excuse other than he wrecked my family, right?
Of course.